from Arden Progressive School. Today in this session, we'll be starting with the second chapter of Business Studies, which is Principles of Management. In the previous class, we have studied chapter number 1, which was related to nature and significance of management. So here we'll be studying about management principles. Management principles we have discussed in the previous class also, that management principles are developed by experimentation and these experiments are done on human beings. So in this chapter, we'll be studying in details about the management principles. So before starting the chapter Principles of Management, we will first understand the meaning of Principles of Management. As in the previous chapter, we have studied about management. What management is? Management is an art of getting things done through others with the aim of achieving the objectives of the organization effectively and efficiently. So, Principles of Management means, first we will understand what principle is. So principle, it refers to a statement which reflects the fundamental truth about some phenomenon based on cause and effect relationship. So principle is basically based on cause and effect relationship. We know scientific principles are developed by experimentation. We experiment on object when we talk about science. But in management, experiment is done on human beings. So, management principle is, they are broad and general guidelines for decision making and behavior of managers. So, we can say that management principles are developed by experimentation and this experiment is done on human beings. Now, if we differentiate between management principles and scientific principles, so there are a lot of difference. First, management principle is very flexible, whereas scientific principles are rigid. Now, why management principle is flexible? Management principle is flexible because we know management is a dynamic process. That means business is a dynamic process. Business is dynamic, which means it keeps on changing with the external environment. So with changing of the external environment, the management principles also changes. So we can say management principle is very flexible. It changes according to the time, whereas scientific principles cannot be changed. So it is rigid. Second point of difference can be management principles are applied with creativity, whereas scientific principles are applied in static manner. Also, management principles have to keep pace with the changes in environment, whereas scientific principles do not change with time. So these were some difference between management principles and scientific principles. Now we will discuss some characteristic, nature or features of management principles. So first characteristic is universal application, or we can call it as pervasive. Pervasive means which can be applied everywhere. So management principles are universal in nature, which means they can be applied to all types of organizations irrespective of their size and nature. It can be applied in business as well as non-business, in small as well as large public sector, as well as public sector. So we can say management principles are applicable in all type of organization or in any nature of business organization. For example, there is a principle of division of work. Principle of division of work means the work is divided into small tasks and that task is assigned to those people who are perfect in performing the task. So principle of division of work is applied in government offices, private companies, hospitals, schools, clubs, everywhere. Only the degree of specialization vary from organization to organization. So this is the best example of management principle being universal application. Second is general guideline. So management principles are guidelines to actions, but these principles do not provide ready-made solution for any problem, which means for any problem, management principle cannot be the only solution. These are the general guidelines, means these principles can be applied to any problem, but that is not the ready-made solution for any problem. For example, principle of stability of tenure consists on giving a stable time period to employees to settle down. But how much time period to be given? 6 months, 1 year, etc. This vary from company to company. So principle of stability of tenure means where the employees are transferred from one workplace to other workplace. The transfer means turnover of the employees. So it depends upon the company to company whether how much time period is being given, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, etc. Third characteristic is formed by practice and experiments. So, management principles are developed only after deep and thorough research work. They are not developed overnight. Proper observations and experiments are conducted before developing them. Therefore, they are evolutionary in nature. So, we can say that management principles are not developed overnight. Many experiments have been done on human beings. As we know, human behavior is unpredictable. So we get the different response from every human being. So by practicing, keep on practicing, and experimentation and observation, these management principles are developed. For example, principle of division of work is not developed overnight, but the principle was developed when it was observed that the dividing the work results in improved performance, and then this was tried and tested in different organizations. And when the majority organization got the result of specialization, then this principle was made. So by this it is clear that the principle of management are made after observation, experimentations, etc. Next is flexible. So management principles can be applied differently under different conditions. As we know, management is dynamic process. So here the management principle also changes according to the time. So some changes can be made in application of principles according to the requirement of the company. These are not set of rigid statements. As we know, scientific principles are rigid, but management principles are not rigid because they changes according to the time. So these can be modified by the managers who are using them. So by this we can say management principles are flexible. Next characteristic is mainly behavioral. So management principles, they are formed to guide and influence the behavior of employees. These principles insist on improving relationship between superiors, subordinates, and all the members of organization. They also establish relations between human and material resources. So we can say that management principle basically guide and influence the behavior of the employees. They improve the relation between superior and subordinate. Superior has the authority to give any task to their subordinates, and subordinate, there is a responsibility to the subordinate who are accountable for the completion of tasks given by superiors. So it also improves the superior and subordinate relationship. For example, principle of discipline improves the commitment of employees towards the organization, and principle of esprit de corps, they mold the behavior of employees towards team spirit. Next characteristic is cause and effect relationship. So management principles, they are based on cause and effect relationship, which means these principle tells us if a particular principle is applied in a situation, what might be the effect. Although these principles cannot state perfectly absolute result because these are applied on human being, but it helps in knowing some idea about the effect. So management principles are based on cause and cause and effect comes with the experiment. So here in any situation, these principles are applied, and after applying these principles, we get an idea about its effect. Although it cannot be the perfect solution, but somehow we can get some idea about the effect. Now, next characteristic is contingent. So management principles are contingent or dependent upon the situation prevailing in organization. So this application and effect depend upon the nature of organization. The application of principle has to be changed with the change in situation. So we can say management principle is totally dependent upon the situation. It depends upon the external environment also. According to the change in external environment, there will be a change in management principle according to the situation. For example, principle of team spirit is a very important for organization where work is carried out by a group of people, whereas it is of no use in the companies where work is performed by individuals and not by a group. So here situation can be changed, situation is changed. There is an organization where number of people are working, and there is another organization where only an individual is working. So the principle of team spirit will be applied where large number of people are working, whereas there is no use of this principle where only single individual is working. So by this we can say management principles are contingent. Now we will discuss about some importance of management principles. So first importance is providing managers with useful insight into reality. So here management principle, they act as a guidelines for the managers. As we have already discussed, it is not a permanent solution for any problem. It is just a guidelines for the managers. These principles improve knowledge, ability and understanding of managers under various managerial situations. So the effect of these principles help the managers to learn from their mistakes, and these principle guides the manager to take right decision at the right time. So these are just guidelines with the help of which managers can take right decision at right time. Second is optimum utilization of resources. So the management principles insist on planned activities and systematic organization of men and material in the organization. So men and material are the resources of the organization. So management principle basically it insists on the systematic organization of resources in the organization. So here the principles are designed to get maximum benefit from the human efforts and other resources. For example, scientific principles suggest to cut down the wasteful movements and setting up a standard time to complete a task. So by saving time, energy and efforts, activities can be made economical and it results in maximum utilization of resources. Now, next importance is scientific decisions. So manager have to take number of decisions every day. The management principles enable the managers to approach various problems systematically and scientifically. For example, there is a principle that is replacement of rule of thumb by scientific approach. So here it suggests that to conduct a time study to set up the standard time required to perform a job rather than leaving it at the discretion or will of manager. So things cannot go according to the manager. Manager cannot force the employees to work according to them. So here there must be replacement of rule of thumb by scientific approach, which means a standard time should be given to the employees to perform a task. Employees cannot work according to the manager's decision or will of manager. So here rule of thumb can be replaced. So manager here have to take scientific decisions systematically and scientifically. Next is meeting changing environment requirements. So every businessman has to make changes in the organization according to the changes taking place in business environment. This is what dynamic function is. Business environment keep on changing according to the external environment. So here the management principles train the managers in implementing the changes in right direction and at right level in the organization. Although the management principles are relative and general guidelines, yet by modifying these principles, changes can be made in the organization. Next importance is effective administration. So as we know, Administration is the function of top level of management. We have studied about the levels of management. There are 3 levels of management: top level, middle level and lower level. So here top level management is responsible for taking the decisions relating to the organization. So administration also is the function of top level management. So in this function, major plans and policies are formed. The management principle act as a guidelines and base to form various administrative policies to have systematic working in an organization. So we can say that whenever top management takes the decision to plan or frame the plans and policies, they plan the frames and policies according to the management principles guidelines. So according to these guidelines, plans and policies or objectives of the organizations are set up. Now next is fulfilling social responsibilities. As a business is creation of society and makes use of resources of society, so it must do something for the society also by performing some social responsibilities. As we know, society plays an important role in the business, modern business these days. So as business are using the resources of the societies, there are some responsibility of business also towards the society. So management principle not only act as guidelines for achieving organizational objectives, but these principles also guide the manager to perform social responsibilities. So management principle, there are guidelines which guides the managers to perform social responsibility. For example, principle of fair remuneration, which insists on adequate salary to employees and take care of interest of employees also. So these are some social responsibilities towards the employees. Next is management training, education and research. So the management principles stress on scientific judgments and logical thinking. As a result, these principles act as a base of doing research and development in management studies. So as these principles provide organized body of knowledge to perform research work and generate more and more knowledge, they have provided new ideas, imagination and base for research and development. So management principles are at the core of management theories also. These act as a base for management training and education. For example, professional courses such as BBA, MBA, they also teaches these principles as a part of their curriculum, and all the management institute take aptitude test, and these tests are based on management principles only. So in this session, we have learned about the concept of management principles. Also, we have learned the difference between management and scientific principles, importance of management principles, and the characteristic and nature of principles of management. In the next session, we'll be discussing about Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management. So that's all for today. Thank you.